Hello, and welcome back to another video. We're gonna be using underused stands, specifically Whitesnake, Killer Queen, and NTJJG. I wanted to see if these stands were able to fight the better stands, such as Gare. Now, let's talk about Whitesnake. Whitesnake's moveset comprises of having a projectile, a counter, a grab move, and a dash ultimate. The projectile is similar to Gare's, but it's not that fast moving. Compared to other stands in the JoJo game like the World, where the knives have a large hitbox, this projectile seems pretty weak. If they were to buff this stand, I would start by making the projectile a bit more quicker. They could add a gun, and make it like Tusk's nails, but it only has 3 bullets. Whitesnake's counter is instant, meaning it takes no time to start up like Gare's or KC's. This would be good for Whitesnake, if it weren't for the fact that the World has almost the exact same counter that Whitesnake has, except better. This would be good for Whitesnake, if it weren't for the fact that the World has almost the exact same counter that Whitesnake has, except better. Basically, the World's counter is also instant, doesn't have that much stun time if you miss it, damages the opponent once the counter is hit, and the cooldown doesn't start unless you miss it, meaning you can potentially chain counter. Maybe they should add an offensive attack after Whitesnake's counter, like a chop or something. Right now, you can only get a barrage or get an LMB combo off. Anything else, they can block if they turn around. Whitesnake's grab move switches up the keybinds of the opponent. However, I shouldn't say switch up, because I'm pretty sure the scrambled keybinds are the same for everyone. Which means, if someone does experimenting, memorizes the block key for the scrambled keybinds, you've basically just countered everything that the enemy Whitesnake can do to you. You can also run away from the opponent, meaning they can't catch you until the effect is over. Heaven's Door at least slows the opponent, and also disables the keys, pretty much making it a better Whitesnake. At least the grab move has a decent but questionable hitbox, which somewhat redeems it. I think they should add a slow effect, like they did with Heaven's Door. The ultimate is pretty decent, though I'm pretty sure you can't go around the opponent like the World does. The ultimate has a pretty cool mechanic though. If you steal someone's disc with this stand, you keep it until you use it on another player. For example, if you used your ultimate on a Gare, then the next person you use the ultimate would get Gare. The problem with this is, in 1v1s, you just give the opponent the same stand, since if you stole their disc once, you'll give it to them again. Anyway, I've spent too long editing on Whitesnake, and this video's probably gonna flop, so we're gonna move on to Killer Queen. Anyway, I've spent too long editing on Whitesnake, and this video's probably gonna flop, so we're gonna move on to Killer Queen's first move plants a bomb on the opponent. Once you have it planted on the opponent, if you press the key again, they explode. This is unblockable damage, which makes it pretty good. It also has a decent hitbox, so that's good. If the enemy gets too close to you however, and detonate the bomb, it will deal the damage to you as well. If you're low enough, this can even kill you. If you're fighting a close range stand and they won't back off, you'll have no chance to pull this move off without risk of getting hurt. Killer Queen's bubble move is probably the least used move in the entire moveset besides the ultimate. If you press the move again while the bubble is out, it goes towards your cursor. However, it's honestly not quick enough to deserve being used. It's good for distracting enemies, and you can make it go under the floor to try to not make it noticed. However, if the enemy gets too close to you in the bubble, it'll also damage you. Killer Queen's dash move is also pretty good. It's quick, doesn't have that much startup time, and can punish if your opponent misses a barrage or something like that. Decent move, can't damage you, making it probably the best move in your moveset. Your ultimate is the only projectile ultimate besides Tusk I think, and it's not as good. It doesn't have that much range, it's not that quick. It heals you somewhat I think, and also explodes the opponent twice, which pretty much kills the opponent if you don't let them heal. This video is going faster than I thought, and I'm kinda scared I won't be able to hit the 8-minute mark. Anyway, onto the World's old version. The World's old version might be the best out of all of these stands. You have a projectile, a second heavy hit besides your heavy punch, a move that's pretty much 2 attacks, and a decent ultimate. The projectiles, like the current version of the World, have a good hitbox and are pretty quick. The amount of damage you do is dependent on how much knives you hit, so hope that you have good aim. The C move, Checkmate, is also pretty good. Even if the opponent blocks the first hit, the kick, knives will still come out to hit them. Meaning that if you hit them while blocking, and they go to punish you, they'll be hit by the knives, meaning you can punish them. You can also try to hit them with another move after you hit them in the air, which can deal some big damage. However, This doesn't work most of the time, so I never try it. The stop sign move is pretty much another heavy hit, however I think it's easier to parry. I've been parried more times using this move than a heavy hit, probably because it's more noticeable. The stop sign has a bigger hitbox than the heavy hit I believe, but it basically functions the same as a heavy hit. It's parryable, perfect blockable, and it breaks block as well. The ultimate also functions the same as the current ultimate. You dash pretty fast, and sometimes you can get around an enemy's block, which is the only way to counter the ultimate. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you enjoyed, subscribe, if you didn't enjoy, subscribe, and I'll probably see you tomorrow unless I get lazy, since it's a weekend.